Hey guys, so in today's video we're going to talk about things I no longer buy or have reduced buying or don't even buy with my money. So if this video is what you would like to watch, please watch this video to the end, hit that red subscribe button to join the family proper, and without wasting much of your time, let's dive right into the video. So I have a list of things. I think there are about 20 or 22 of them that I've written down. Things I no longer buy with my money as a single mother. You guys, you know how to be trying to cut cost and all that. So pads. You guys, you're going to be shocked to hear I do not use pads. I do not use tampons, and I don't even use menstrual cups. They are very, very expensive. I don't even take pads now. Forget about tampon. I've never used tampon in my life before, and I've never used this menstrual cup. The only one I've ever used is this pads. And most times, especially here in Nigeria, disposing of pads can be really difficult or mind-racking. Like, you're going to be every month you're wondering how you're going to dispose your pads. For people who are living in apartments where they are not owners of the house, okay, but for people who are living in their own houses, they can always dig the ground and bury it there. But for some of us, or most of us who live in apartments where if you come out to start digging ground, everybody will be looking, what are you doing, and before you know, they know what you're doing. So most times disposing of these things are very difficult. So what I use is pieces of clothing, okay, cotton wool-like clothing that can absorb this blood. And then when I'm done, I just put them inside a bucket of water, and the blood comes out. I flush it down the toilet, and then I dry these ones off, and then I burn them. Chicken, huh? Very simple and easy. I don't have to worry about how to dispose my pads every month. So yeah, you can, and it is cost effective too. Pads these days are no longer 200 naira or 250 naira used to be back in the day. This time it's around 700 to 1000 naira. So who keeps that kind of amount of money every month to be buying these things? Okay. So the next one is I do not use tissues in my house. In my home, we do not use tissues. Yes, you heard me. So what I do is most of my clothes, the ones that I no longer wear and that are not really good to give out, what I do, I just use my scissors and cut them into pieces, different pieces, so I can use it to do most of the things that I'll do with tissues. And then once we are done, anybody that goes to the toilet and after doing the stuff you do there, you just use water to wash off. It is really hygienic and cost effective, so you don't have to spend money on buying tissues and buying all those stuff. Okay. The next one is I do not have many shoes. Like, there are people when you come into their house. In fact, a lot of people use shoes as their background on YouTube. You just see they have a wardrobe or something, and then they have different types of heels, shoes, and all that. I do not have this type of many shoes. You see them have the green one, the red one, the black one, the yellow one, to just meet different outfits. Sorry, I think the lighting has changed. I'm using sunlight and the sun has just gone down, so the lighting changed. So you see them using they have so many shoes. So if you're somebody who's trying to cut costs like me, you just have to get few shoes, like those ones that are not really choosy when it comes to clothing, like the nude ones, like black or white, or another nude one that you can always wear with another clothes and still look popping and still look good. So you don't have to have the red, the yellow, the black, the green, and still cut cost. So the next one is car wash. You guys, I love to wash my car myself. I don't even have a car, but for some of you who do have a car, if you really want to cut cost on car washing your car, you can as well do these things yourself. Just put water, put omo, and wash your car. Okay, you don't have to go to the car wash and let them wash your car all the time, because you're going to be making so much expenses on a car that doesn't bring you money. Okay, unless maybe you're a taxi driver that uses your car to run around. So the next one is perfumes. You guys, before now, when I was in school, I used to have different types of perfumes. You know why? Just because I want to switch up the scent so that you can't really tell the type of perfume I'm wearing. You'll be like, this perfume, it's like, is it happiness? It's like, I feel like, is it vanilla? You get confused. You can't really tell. That was just my main reason then. There was no other reason. I just didn't want anybody to tell the scent of my perfume, so I get confused. But now, as somebody who's trying to live on a minimalist lifestyle, somebody who's trying to cut costs, I no longer buy, just have one or two of perfume that I use. Okay, so if you're somebody that's trying to cut costs, please do not buy different types of perfumes just because you want to be like me, those types. So just buy one or two perfumes, and so as well as what's it called, body sprays and deodorant. I no longer buy stuffs online. Before now, I used to buy things online. Whenever I see any fine, catchy things, I'll just order it online and that's it. But now, as somebody who's trying to cut costs, okay, and save up some money, I no longer buy stuff online because you know stuff online has a fixed price and you won't be able to price. Like if you go to your normal open market, you can say when you see something of 1,000 naira, you can say is it not 500 naira, is it not 600? At the end of the day, you might even buy it at 600 or below. So yeah, I no longer buy stuff online in order to cut costs. So the next one is jewelries, you know, jewelries and wristwatches. You guys, if you've known me, if you've followed me for a long time, you know I hardly wear watches, and that's because since my phone can always tell me what the time is, what's the need buying a wristwatch? A lot of that. In fact, I don't even have one wristwatch now. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to own one or wouldn't want to buy one in the future, but for now that I'm trying to, you know, live on my budget, for me I feel like it's pretty the same thing. Since you can use your phone to check the time and do most of the things you're going to do with your watch, what's the need? So when it comes to jewelries, I used to have different jewelries, different colors for different clothes because I'm an Ankara person. I'm a kind of a traditional wear person. So when you're wearing a black one, you maybe wear a silver something to match it, or when you're wearing a golden something, you wear, you just know how you know. But for now, as somebody who's trying to cut costs and live around my budget, you know, somebody who has kids to take care of, I no longer go for these things. So I just have one set of, you see this chain is my going out and my coming in, and see this again, and then I have another earring too, and this bangle. So in order to cut cost, I don't acquire these stuff anymore. Clothes, I do not buy clothes that are very, very expensive. Like before, I can go to the supermarket, boutique, and get these expensive clothes because it's believed that boutique clothes are very, very apart from being expensive, you know, kind of special clothes because you hardly find people wearing it. But that's a lie. One time I actually went to the boutique and I got myself one fine beautiful clothes for an occasion, and on my way coming back from that occasion, I met somebody wearing that same exact clothes, the color, the everything. The only difference was hers was worn out while mine was new. So it was really, really embarrassing. Instead, I prefer thrift shopping, buying okay clothes, because you can hardly find somebody wearing the exact same clothes. So I cut costs by not going to the boutique and buying these expensive clothes, okay, and then buying the ones that are really, really, very cheap and still very good. You can wash on, often and on, and still it's still the same way, the way it came. Next one is vacations. As much as I love to go on vacation, I would really love to go on vacations, but then it's not something that I go every month or every 2 months or every 3 months or every 6 months. Okay, if you're that kind of person, that means you won't be able to save up money to do a lot of other stuffs. Okay, sorry about my daughter. So I kind of cut off expenses, cut off costs by not going to vacations regularly, at least once in a year or once in 2 years. We do the magic. The next one is Netflix. You guys, you know how you're going to pay when you pay for Netflix, when you subscribe for the monthly stuff, and then apart from that, you're still going to need data to watch these films, these movies on Netflix. So I don't see the need. Instead of subscribing for Netflix and then I still need data again to watch the movies, then what's the point? What I do is I subscribe for GoTV, and mostly why I do this because my kids love watching cartoons. So when I subscribe for the cheapest part, you know, subscription of GoTV, they watch the cartoons. It allows them to watch the cartoons. So I do not have to worry about other movies and other stuff about spending. The next one is bottled water. There are people, when you go to their house, they have one corner like this where they pack a lot of bottled water. They feel like it's living big, or it means that you're living large, or you're doing well, or you're doing that. I think for me, I think it's the same thing as taking running water, tap water. As long as you know it's clean, you know, you just get them to your house and drink, and it saves you the heartache of disposing these bottles, these plastic bottles. So most people don't even know how to dispose these bottles. So at the end of the day, they just litter it everywhere, causing more nuisance to the society. So I think it's cost effective to just get a running water that is clean for your family or for your kids. Next one is getting my nails done. You guys, I love to look good. I love my nails being made and looking beautiful. But then there's this new nails that is in town now, this new pattern of making nails that is called acrylic nails. Of course it's beautiful, but I feel like the sole aim of getting your nails done is to look good and look clean, right? So one time I tried doing these acrylic nails. It was super expensive. For just my 2 hands like this, I paid 5,000 naira. So for something I could have paid 1,000 naira or less to get both my fingers and my toes done, my toes done, but I paid 5,000 naira just to get this one. So if you want to cut costs, if you're the type of person that's trying to live a minimalist lifestyle, to kind of cut costs on a lot of things and save up some money, you have to really stop going to expensive places doing acrylic nails. Instead, do the normal regular nails that is really cheap and still the same thing. So the next one is out to eat. As much as I love going out to eat, I love other people making the food, and then I come out and just relax and eat and don't worry about going to the market, getting the groceries and going, doing all those stuff. But then if you're somebody that is trying to cut costs, to have to live a minimal life, you have to cut cost the amount you go out to eat. Okay, unless maybe when it is what's it called, when you can't really help it, when you have to, it's a must that you eat out. But most of the time, try cooking at home because it saves you a lot of money. So the next one is skincare stuff. I remember when I was in school, I used to have one basket where I have my body scrub, my body wash, my oil, my night cream, my facial cream, and my normal cream. You guys, all this wahala. Good. And these things are very expensive. To get that set, you might even pay like 30,000 naira or 40,000 naira. And those times I remember I was doing it not because I was really that kind of person, but probably because of my roommates then. They were doing it, and if you're not doing it, it feels like maybe you're a Jew guy or you're a poor person, or so I was just doing it, to fit in, I guess. So but now I no longer do those things, not because I don't feel like taking care of my skin, but I do the one. I live around my budget. So I make my own black soap. I don't longer have, because that black soap, when I make it, it has both the body scrub, everything in it. So it eventually does all those things that this expensive one can't even do. So if you're the type of person that's trying to cut costs, please just minimize or reduce the amount of money you spend buying these things, okay? Because most of the time they don't even work. Yeah. The next one is you guys, I've seen a lot of people make videos even here on YouTube about their waxing journey, and I've come to learn that it is very, very expensive. Actually, I have never done waxing before in my life. Yeah, are you surprised? Don't be. I've never done waxing in my life before. I still prefer shaving. So I tried to cut costs by not going for the for the waxing that is very, very expensive. At the end of the day, it's just to remove the hair there. No problem, I can do it with my regular shaving stick. Next one is expensive sunglasses, you guys. This is day. This is the only sunglass I have in this house, you guys. Is it not popping? Can you guess how much I bought this sunglass? I bought it for either 200 naira or at most 500, not above 500 naira, you guys. But there are people who love to wear or who love to buy all these expensive sunglasses. When you see them, you know that they just arrived. These people are popping. But you can still buy the cheaper one that are still looking good, that are still beautiful, and when you come and you arrive, they say people have arrived. Okay? Yeah. So the next one is apps. You guys, as content creators, we do have different apps on our phones that we use for editing, for thumbnail, for a whole lot of other stuff. So for me, I use the free ones, the free version of these apps. I do not go for the paid ones. So if you're somebody that's trying to cut costs, you're trying to live on a minimal life, even as a content creator, you have to use this free version of apps to edit your videos, to do your thumbnails, to do all those good stuff. Which is why most times, if you go to my phone, I have different types of apps that I use for my thumbnail. I have the one that I used to blur my background. I have the one that I used to cut and cut and cut. I have the one that I used to, so, but they are all free version. I do not have to pay for them. So yeah, if you want these apps, you can say so in the comment section, and then I'm going to write them down for you. So the next one is the latest tech. There are ladies, or do I say there are people that they must have the latest tech. The latest phone, iPhone 12, iPhone 13, iPhone 14, they must have it. So as this one is phasing out, they're acquiring the new one. As this one is going, if you pass again, I'm going to flog you. So as this one is passing out, they're acquiring another one. So if you're somebody that's trying to cut costs, really, I don't really see any good in acquiring these stuffs, okay? It's still the same thing, only a little upgrade, okay? Just get the one that suits you, that's okay for you, and deal with it, So the next one is manicure and manicure. You guys, as much as I know that it's good to take care of yourself, to take care of your nails and your toes, your everything, but then you can still do these things at home in the comfort of your home. Just get baking soda and warm water, and then put your legs, then clean off your leg with those normal stones that they used to do the chinga thing, instead of going to the salon to go do these things and pay a huge amount of money for it. So you can still cut costs and do these things on your own. This one, which is second to the last, is pampers. For those mothers who have kids or toddlers that are within the age of pampers, that do wear pampers. For me, my son who's almost 2 years now, stopped wearing pampers at home when he was around 5 months plus. I think that's when he stopped wearing pampers at home. So what I did was I brought out his potty, his pole, my own in Nigeria. So I brought out his potty and I kept it where he can have access to it easily. So whenever he wants to poo, he just have to go there and sit down. So which is why those times I don't usually wear him his sneakers all the time or panties, so he can easily just pull up his upper clothes and sit down and poo. And he has even gotten used to it that he no longer even likes wearing he no longer even likes wearing knickers or shorts at home, okay, except when he's going out. So you can do this by, you know, cutting costs, not buy pampers. So the only time I get to buy pampers is whenever we are traveling, we are going out, or, you know, on a journey, a long journey. So he wears it so he doesn't have to embarrass us in public, or he doesn't have to say, "Mommy, I want to poo," and then I start looking for what to do, you know. So yeah, so at home he doesn't wear pampers. Next thing, which is the last thing, which is kind of funny and silly at the same time, is we no longer use matchbox, whatever you call it, at home, you guys, because as much as I know it's very, very cheap. I think it's 20 naira for one and 30 naira for two, you know, match that used to light your kitchen. So I no longer buy matches or matchbox because as long as it's cheap, you can cut costs by not buying it, because most times once water touches it, yeah, that one have spoiled. You have to buy another one. And those times I find myself buying packets of matches, and before 1 week everything had just finished. Are we eating it in this house? So this time what we now use is lighter. So lighter is actually cost effective like this now. I think we've used it for over a month now and it's still the same way it is. You get me? Kids can hardly play. When I keep it up there, they hardly go there, they hardly touch it. So it's very, very easy to use and it's very, very cost effective. Very, very cheap. I think this is 50 naira and it can last long. Or like matches of 20 naira, you're going to buy it like 20 packs, 20 of them for you to stay a month. But this one, just 50 naira, stayed more than a month. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched this video and you enjoyed this video, please join my membership. Okay, my membership link will be in the description box. Go there, join my membership. I shared a video on how I endured molestation and abuse, okay, to be able to get a phone for my YouTube channel for y'all. Okay, so please do go join my membership to support me then. And do not forget to share this video, do not forget to like, do not forget to comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video.